Welcome to a new video. This one will be about the current Formula 1 Grand Prix at the time of recording. And I, in this video, will attempt to fix the Miami International Autodrome. This is being uploaded about an hour before the start of the actual Grand Prix, so in whatever alternate reality you've seen in the future, when you've probably seen Max Verstappen win by about 30 hours, you can watch this video and see what F1 should do to fix Miami. The first thing is, this first sector here is terrible. And it doesn't allow for different lines, it doesn't really allow for overtakes. And to fix that, I've gone in with an ultra quick long right-hander, a bit like Abu Dhabi Turn 9 or the first corner at Losail, to entice drivers taking a different line with a longer run down. Maybe a bit of banking could be added here, but I don't have a tool to do that to allow for further different lines. But anyway, the S is probably the only redeemable part of the circuit, in my opinion, are to stay exactly the same as they are in real life, with one minor change. This marina will be blown up, the fake marina. We do not want that on a Grand Prix circuit. And the straight. This is not really a straight, apparently, but whatever. And then the differences really begin here. This section here, this whole section runs underneath the Florida Turnpike. So it's really a collection of highways. To try and maybe keep the chicane while speeding up the sector, because realistically that chicane has to be there. If you look, there is not a lot of wiggle room, and there isn't much in the way of wiggle room for the cars to head down this very tight section of the circuit. Lots of highways. This part of the track crosses one of the exit lanes of the turnpike. Same goes for multiple different lanes that actually cross the circuit. So there's not much we can do, but there will be a change, and it will be a tight chicane here, speeding up this section, and then a quick left into turn 16. I'm going to turn this about 180 degrees to have a better view of everything. And here we are. The corner will be made a bit faster. There's quite a bit of grass sitting there at the apex, so it's probably a good idea if we could use some of this grass to speed up the corner and provide a quick run onto the next back straight, which will remain pretty much the same. There's not that much I can do around here. We opened up this hairpin a little bit to make it less of a first gear affair than it currently is before the end of the lap. And that's that. Miami has been sort of fixed. Probably some fixes that aren't very feasible in real life due to the location of the turnpike. Because here, as you see, the track runs underneath highways, and the chicane, I don't know, it could possibly be a bit of elevation work or a bit of other stuff surrounding it. Maybe a few more changes. But regarding that turn 16 reprofiling, the corner should be faster, and at an approach at a higher speed. It's been moved back quite significantly because of it, to try and provide some sort of a runoff area before cars just drive straight into a concrete wall at, well, a bit of speed now. This isn't a first gear affair or a second gear affair. It's pretty tight, but this back straight quite a little bit shorter than before. The next change I'm going to try and make is add a couple of these edges, because to make the track look a little better. look like a racetrack, and I'm going to joke. But yeah, the circuit has been extensively modified. Hopefully someone in the Miami Grand Prix board or the CEO of the race watches this video and actually decides to improve things for the 4th or 5th year of this Grand Prix, because unfortunately, as much as I hate it and as much as everyone else hates this circuit, F1 is going to keep racing here because there is too much money and too much profit from this one race than Germany, Italy, Belgium, the like. So unfortunately, we just have to make the best of a bad situation, and if this track doesn't continue improving and continues being shit, we can wait another 7 years before it finally fucks off to turn to becoming a car park. The lap then, I'll describe the lap in a bit of detail. Turn 1, very fast right-hander. Probably instead of 2nd, this is a 4th or 5th or possibly even a 6th gear corner. Very, very fast, very punishing on that left front tire. Lots of extra tire wear will be added to the circuit. Try and make it look, to try and maybe improve strategy, because 2023 it was a one-stop, 2022 it was a one-stop. Every year we've raced here, it's been a one-stop with not much in the way of strategy. The S's, exactly the same as they are in real life. This will not change, and the real changes begin here at turn 11. It's a fast open left into a very tight Monza-style chicane to allow the cars to overtake each other under braking into a quick right kink, into another high-speed right-hand kink that tightens, drastically tightens a little bit on the exit, massive uphill, and then a downhill into the new reprofiled old turn 16, as you can see, making full use of the runoff area here before powering down the back straight into a reprofiled turn 17 to allow for a bit more speed, a little bit more space, and just in all make the corner a little bit less of a first gear affair than it currently is. A little bit too tight in my opinion. So speeding it up would work a bit, and then the last two corners are exactly the same. Another change I would make, I should snipping tool this so you get to see it. The finalized Miami Grand Prix for hopefully the year 2025, or whenever in the future they do actually take note of fans' concerns and stop pandering to celebrities like Jesus Christ. And the pit lane will be a bit new. The whole modification we're trying to make to this pit lane is removing the chicane to speed it up, make it a bit faster, and with the new turn 1 it's going to exit right out here. It's a new pit lane that is a little bit longer, but it's also a bit faster because there's no more chicane in there. There's no more of that horrible chicane on the pit entrance. It's not much in the way of work, but, you know, it's something. And, that's that. If you have any further suggestions or more stuff you want to tell me about in the comments of this video, if it'll get more than 10 views, shoot them down, and I hopefully will answer at some point in the future. Until then, enjoy the rest of your day, and goodbye.